It is time to get raw. It is time to get down. It is time for the number one source of all things WWE right here at the Turnbuckle Tavern. I am your host, the one and the only, the RAWDOWN champion, current RAWDOWN champion, the one and the only, Boney the Brain Heenan. And with me is the MVP of the tavern and of my life, the one and the only Marco. What's up, Marco?
Nothing much. Thanks for the intro. I'm usually the one that gives the crazy intros on open mic, and people seem to love them. But it's great to get reciprocated with that. That was pretty good. I enjoyed it.
Tice is chiming in. I see you took my advice. Yeah. No, we didn't take your advice, pal. We just now have more time to sit down and do it on time.
Yep.
We're usually rushing. We were rushing on Thursdays at 7 o'clock. Fit this in, or it's 8 o'clock your time. But now 8, 9 o'clock, and we got room. We got all this room we can mess around with. It's like, whoo.
Yeah, we don't have to rush. We could do like a 3-hour show if we want to right now.
Yeah. Well, 3-hour show. Yeah, kind of, pretty interesting week overall. I mean, I think there's some pretty hot topics we can definitely discuss. Mm-hmm. Not a whole lot of outside the ropes, but Marco, real quick, how was your week of particularly WWE, or you can talk pro wrestling?
Pretty good. I mean, obviously, not just contained within like the AEW and WWE Universe. There's obviously some like good stuff happened now in the indies, obviously Matt Cardona,
wearing gold masks.
So with the gold mask, man, that was sick. The gold skull mask. Yeah, he's still running shop out there. SCL back in full swing.
Right.
She's back in the swing of things, which is awesome to have them two back together. Man, a lot of figure news that came out today. And last week with the double, not to bring it back to Matt Cardona, but the 2-pack Nick Gage, the Deathmatch King, versus the other Deathmatch King, Matt Cardona, the 2-packs for Zombie Sailor as well as Ringside.
Ringside, you're Nick Gage, woof.
You don't like the He-Man figure versions of those?
I mean, I'm fine with it, but the eyes, those beady little eyes.
He doesn't. I mean, Nick Gage doesn't beat a little eyes, son.
Yeah.
But other than that, man, I mean, I think Survivor Series is shaping up, dude. It's it was getting a little. I mean, give or take the matches that have been announced and the matches that we know are happening. Not too bad. Still some mystery surrounding, one. What do you call it? The Windy City Saint?
Yeah, we'll talk about him for sure.
He's been full around both promotions.
Oh yeah, for sure. We'll definitely talk her. He's something else. That guy.
Yeah. He knows what he's doing.
He knows what he's doing. So let's go ahead and get into our collar and elbow.
Collar and elbow.
Before we jump into it, right? I have a suggestion for we go into the new year.
Yeah.
Collar and elbow. I think we should switch the video.
Okay.
To an episode of Tough Enough where Hardcore Holly literally kicks the shit out of that dude in the ring. Do you remember that episode?
Well, I would agree, but the person was Matt Capiota, who unfortunately passed away.
Yeah, I know, but maybe you can blur him out or something, blur his face out. Maybe like I don't know, do something. But yeah. Man, I watched. I think so. I think it was on TikTok. Someone like posted it, and man, dude, he kicked the shit out of that kid, dude. He stomped him. Yeah, stomped the butthole.
The mudhole was, putting it lightly for sure.
Yeah. Oh man, hardcore Holly.
Man, I think that's something else.
People. Yeah, we might have to do an episode, maybe a RAWDOWN expose on hardcore.
Whoa. But Survivor Series, like you mentioned, is shaping up. And as we discussed last week, and we kind of had a feeling this is where this was going.
Yep.
Last night on Raw, we had an interesting situation occur where one thing, I thought it was very well done, very, very well told. I have to say where Cody had, put into question who the leader of the Judgment Day was. And Damian Priest said, I'm the leader, so which caused Rhea to say, well, Damian, you're the leader of the War Games team.
Mm-hmm.
But the backstage politics,
that's me.
as she mentioned, we're brewing. And we saw Drew McIntyre, I guess,
align
with Judgment Day, or is he just with them, or is he a full-fledged member? What's going on there? We don't really know. And definitely need some further explanation on that.
Yep.
But he struck a deal with Mommy for sure. They were left shaking hands. He cost Cody and Jay the World Tag Team titles. Which we've talked about it before. Those tag titles are just props at this point. It's a joke.
Yeah. They're just
it really is. It's just so it's so frustrating to watch a tag team match in WWE.
I mean, the good thing about the tag team division now, they're bringing up the Creeds are there. They do have tag teams.
Yeah,
whether or not they're utilizing them is a different story.
They're just used at the bottom of the card, which is weird. Yeah. Whatever, but so I guess Drew makes a fifth member, at least for the Judgment Day team. Whether he's a member of the Judgment Day,
we don't know.
We'll see. But if Drew does join the Judgment Day in War Games, and we kind of alluded to it already.
Yep.
You got the Punkster out there. You got Orton.
Yep.
Who do you see it being? And if there's anybody besides Punk and Orton that you see adding to the group, talk about that too.
Yeah, the only thing I've really seen, where we kind of talked about this before the show, was there was rumors that I've read that WWE was going to try to combat any CM Punk talk by announcing Randy Orton ahead of time to be that member for Cody's team. But that kind of kills the surprise return, right? If they're just going to be like, Randy Orton's coming back. It's like you just blew it. Like you want that crowd reaction in Chicago.
Right.
Like they go into the pay-per-view 4 members to 5 if that's the case, if Drew is in fact going to be a part of the War Games match. So let's put it that way. That's what Drew made his allegiance. They're going in 5 because they're having an advantage match, I believe, next Monday to see who gets the advantage.
Okay.
Yeah. So maybe they're still down that week. Maybe Drew, by next Monday we find out, Drew is a part of the team. It's going to be 5-on-4. Then we get to the Survivor Series, and the whole question is, oh my God, it's 5-4. There's no way they're going to win. And then whoever appears would be like, Randy Orton or CM Punk. That's how I would do it. I wouldn't announce Randy Orton ahead of time because I kind of, if people are expecting CM Punk and they don't get CM Punk and they announce Randy Orton ahead of time, they're going to hijack that show. I think
they're going to hijack it regardless.
Yeah.
So I'm with you in that, like, make it a surprise.
Yeah.
But I think regardless of whatever way you go, they're going to hijack the show. It's in Chicago.
Yeah.
But it'll be interesting to see what happens because, and I know everything was still very, very, very fresh I mean, it had happened that weekend, during All Out. All Out. Whenever he was fired, so he being Punk from AEW. But there wasn't a whole lot of CM Punk chance. In fact, there was probably like, yeah, well, he kind of got what he's coming to. He kind of felt
everyone pretty much knew it was happening at some point.
Yeah, so it was like, okay, yeah. But real quick, Tyson saying Orton's greater than Punk. I agree.
Of course.
This situation, especially in this situation, Orton and Cody, who I guess you would say Cody is the leader of this group.
Yeah.
Definitely have a history.
Yeah.
And if you ever want to do a Cody Randy feud, you can use this War Game situation as that jumping point, jumping point, to set it off a little bit.
Yeah.
So as Boosie said, set it off, motherfucker. Yeah, set it off. Love me some Boosie, baby.
Oh my God,
it's Boosie badass.
That guy.
But oh man, he's a Louisiana hero. Okay?
He's a give no F's kind of guy.
Oh man. He's our that's our guy. That is our guy.
He speaks his mind. I'll say that.
Love it. Love it.
That's where we'll end it there. You guys do your research if you want to know about Boosie.
But anyways, where was I going with that? Orton, yes, Orton, it'd be a better point to have Orton in this situation.
Yep.
But I agree, keep it a surprise. They're gonna boo it, whatever.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can control it. I mean, you're the ones who decided to have it in Chicago, at the end of the day. So, I mean, I know I think they announced it after the firing, I believe. So,
yeah,
I'm pretty sure they did. I think they announced that they were going to be in Chicago. Now, they already probably had it set up. Just because they announced it after the firing didn't mean they didn't have it locked down, the venue locked down. But I don't know, man. I mean, you're in this tough situation.
Yeah, these next 2 weeks. So I didn't get to see. I think I missed some of the information. I think I missed the last week on AEW. So just to bring it back to CM Punk, did they say they were going to reveal who the person is at Full Gear, or is it going to be after? Yeah. I
mean, they haven't officially said, but in fact, stay tuned for the debate coming up next Monday. We just recorded it today. I'm on it this week, and we kind of talk about that, but it's not time to reveal the devil.
Yeah.
I'll just say that. I'll just leave it at that. So they have not said it, who it is, but it's definitely not time to do that. At Full Gear, at least. But let's bring it back to Punk today. Actually, over the last couple of days, should I say, he's been teasing it very heavily on both sides of the fence.
Oh yeah,
So a couple of days ago, he posted a picture of basically with Ric Flair, the Black Scorpion.
Yeah,
and said who's under the mask. I actually replied to him too, just for shits and giggles. I know he wasn't going to coming back, but I put Ole Anderson because Ole was the voice of Black Scorpion. I was like Ole Anderson, but
such an asshole.
So he did that, and at the time I didn't even think like, oh yeah, the devil mask, but. It was like a day later. I'm like, oh shit, I don't know who he was referring to. And then today, just about 2 hours ago, he on his story he posts it was an old WWE promo. I think it was for like Hell in a Cell or something, where he was the devil and he was Lucifer and all the like.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because there was a poster of him where he was the devil with the devil horns. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so it was just him talking about how he was the devil.
Oh my god, this guy.
Yeah, so so he's definitely playing it up, obviously, which is brilliant. And if I'm AEW, I'm thrilled by it. Like that's free promotion right there.
Yeah.
If I'm WWE, I'm happy about it too, because it's like, hey, even if he's signed or not signed, he's still using WWE intellectual property to get himself over.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, he's smart, man. This is why right here. This is why he has so many fans the way he does, because he did this stuff in Ring of Honor.
Yep.
Did it in WWE, although it was very, very micromanaged, of course. But really well known for Ring of Honor. The original Summer of Punk.
Yep.
So I don't know. We'll see, but I don't see it being him. I really don't.
Yeah,
I really think it's gonna be Orton.
Yeah,
it makes more sense, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Like, okay, CM Punk's here. Okay, why is CM Punk here? Like, why did you choose CM Punk? Let's just say, for instance,
he's friends with Cody. That's another friend of Cody.
Well, I don't think he's. I don't know about that, but you look at in a kayfabe sense, okay? Like, let's say, both are healthy, both are free agents. You have Cody, who has two people to pick,
Yeah.
right? You're gonna pick CM Punk or Randy Orton. Randy Orton, who is a friend of yours, backstage and on screen.
Yeah.
Or you're gonna pick CM Punk, who there were some issues there, more possibly, when he came into AEW. And at the same time, Cody is still good friends with the Young Bucks and Kenny. So why would he do that? Why would he pick CM Punk? It doesn't make sense in a kayfabe, and honestly, in a realistic, in a reality.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Why you would pick CM Punk?
Yeah, true. Yeah, you could go the angle where it's just like, he just shows up and helps. Like, they could do that whole, Scott Hall walking through the crowd type deal where you're like, what the hell is that CM Punk, that type of thing? And he just shows up and just enters a match because it's Chicago, and he's this rebel that just does whatever he wants. And you could go that as far as that storyline goes, but where you go from there, it's a match for Seth Rollins at some point because of the whole, bye-bye, don't ever come back here again.
Bye-bye, Philly Phil.
Yeah, Philly Phil, stay far away from us. No one wants you, Philly Phil. That type of thing.
Yeah. Now, another thing, who's to say there's even going to be a fifth person? Like we kind of alluded to.
There's another side.
So there's an option, and that's floating inside my head. Of course, Damian Priest, the Priest, well, what if that just ticked off Mommy and he says, you know what, Priesty, you need to save yourself for this Money in the Bank possibility.
Yeah.
So you're gonna sit the bench, and we're gonna put Drew in.
Yep.
So now you're back to 4-on-4.
Yep. That's another possibility. Yep.
And maybe you don't get anything. Maybe you don't get Punk or Orton, which would be disappointing. I would like to at least have somebody come back, but because for me, at least, there's not really enough meat on the bone. I know they've had this feud for a while, but what is the feud exactly? Is it a power struggle? Is it, what is it? Because it's not really about the world title necessarily. I mean, they've all had their difficulties with Seth, right?
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that he needs to involve Jay, Sammy, or Cody necessarily. I don't know. It's just the Super Friends versus the bad guy, the Sinister Six, so to speak.
Yeah. Yeah. The only way you can really put it like the world title in play is to have Drew McIntyre in that match somehow or in some shape or form. Seth Rollins is on the other team. Obviously, he obliged and said, yes, I'll join, for one night only. Me and Cody Rhodes will team up and do this thing. So if they do go there, like you said, something happens where Damian Priest is like, they get the signals crossed again, like next week, maybe I thought I said it was the leader. why you making deals with Drew McIntyre? I'm the that type of thing can happen.
Right.
And then that, like you said, Rio will be like, no, you I said you're the leader of the War Games match, not the leader back here.
Yeah.
Nobody's the leader back here. I'm the one that makes all the deals. And that's where the rift can come in. And maybe at the end of the show he gets his head kicked off by Drew McIntyre. Who knows? And then Drew McIntyre is the guy. I don't know. I just have a feeling they are going towards a Damian Priest exit out of Judgment Day.
I think so too.
That's what it's looking like. Not sure what they're gonna do with the tag titles, but
and what are you going to do with the Money in the Bank? I mean, he's like, you're going to do a babyface turn off of a I mean, I wouldn't say necessarily a hot heel, but like somebody that's been very dastardly over the last couple of months, right? And now you're going to turn him babyface for what? Because his friends don't want to be friends with him. I don't want to play with you anymore.
You know what? I didn't even think of this.
Here we go. Should I hit the hot take button?
No, it's not a hot take. It's like a complete guess of what could happen. So you had that dilemma of the Money in the Bank briefcase. What's to stop him from cashing it in at War Games?
That's a possibility too.
I think that's, if you want to take it off of him and then get him out of Judgment Day and have him do a face turn somehow, or a slow face turn, cash it in, have him try to take advantage of it, and maybe Drew McIntyre goes, you're not getting that title, kicks his head off, and then ruins his chances.
It would be a weird dynamic. I mean, and you can even have it where Damian Priest ends up getting the pin in War Games by Seth. That's how Seth retains.
Yep.
Or vice versa, really.
Yeah.
I don't really see it. I don't see Damian Priest being a world champion. It's hard.
No, I think
close my eyes. It's hard to see it. It really is. They put this on the wrong guy.
Yeah, he's not like I don't want to say he's not a threat, but it's like, is he convincing enough to cash in on Roman Reigns? Yeah, possibly. I mean, with the help of the Judgment Day, they surround the ring. They keep Solo and Jimmy at bay. Yes, I guess if he's still a part of Judgment Day, but by himself, he's not cashing in on Roman. Do you see him cashing in on Seth Rollins? Possibly, a weak Seth Rollins with a bad back. He's going to get a lot of damage during that War Games match, and there's going to be an opportunity where he's going to tell the referee, "Hey, I want to cash this in." They might ring the bell within the match, and it now becomes a championship match within the War Games match.
And I mean, you could do it because War Games technically doesn't start until everybody enters. So
exactly, so you can have a match.
You can have that. You can have a match while it's happening.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
Which is, I mean, that's a positive. Obviously, if we're not getting like Randy Orton, not that it's going to be a huge pop. That's something different, because that's something you never seen before. A Money in the Bank briefcase being cashed in during a War Games match would be pretty sick if they did that. My top Seth's WrestleMania thing.
I don't know about that. That's WrestleMania,
because he actually won it.
And he won it, and it was in the main event. And it was that was a big moment. That was a moment.
Do they the whole dilemma is Seth Rollins was not willing to be on the team. So if Damian Priest is in there, he does cash it in. Does Jay, Sammy, and Cody, are they close enough to Seth Rollins where they're should we just let him lose his time? Do they, Cody hates his guts. He's not friends with Jay. I mean, he might be friends with Sammy. Sammy might be the only one out of the three that'll save him from losing his title. Is it going to be one of those situations where Damian Priest does cash in, and then you have that moment where Seth is on the ropes, so he might be losing his title? Do one of those guys stop him from losing his title? You have to go into that scenario as well. It's that's an interesting dynamic if they do that, but I think it'd be pretty cool. Have a match within a match.
Yeah.
He has to escape the cage for his life, because what if that happens where they ring the bell and then the War Games match starts? Now, I mean, the match isn't over yet. He still has that looming, I could lose my title during this thing.
another person that they could still do that and still keep it 4-on-4 because you could say JD McDonough. JD McDonough. You got me so thinly I'm gonna call JD McDonough.
Get him out.
Yeah. It's be like JD McDonough, you're out. I might have to call JD McDonough for the lemon law pretty soon. That's another topic.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Interesting.
You know, then you can still have that 4-on-4. That would definitely make it more interesting for sure. You know,
yeah, it's kind of weird because it looks like with the women's side, are they doing a War Games match or are they going to do a traditional Survivor Series match?
I would assume it's got to be a War Games, just kind of based off of what I'm kind of seeing. Now, the other thing is who's going to be on the other side. That's the head scratcher. I definitely think it's going to be Bianca, obviously.
Bianca, Charlotte.
And Becky and Charlotte. Just a super friends, basically.
Yeah. It will be what? It will be Shotzi, Becky, Charlotte, and Bianca versus...
I think you can
because Dakota's still injured. She can't wrestle, so it's...
Right. So you would have Asuka, Bailey, Asuka, Io,
and
Kyrie, but then you could also add Xia Li in there too, potentially.
Oh, you could.
Potentially.
Yeah.
Because, Becky are feuding right now.
That's true, yeah.
So, I don't know.
Interesting.
I not at all. I know a lot of people are praising the new damage control, but I'm just not a fan. I can't buy in. For me, I'm going to kind of get on my, I guess, somewhat
is it a hot take or?
No, not really, but it's like a political soapbox. But I can't stand like grouping races, nationalities together. It's just overplayed. You know what I'm talking about? Like,
I get it.
I mean, like, we're seeing it right now with Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits, and it's just like.
And I did see a while back when when Hurt Business, because we'll continue with that. They did when they all broke up and everything, and everything was getting back like in the rhythm. Like Triple H was slowly starting to get back. He's starting to become the creative force and stuff like that. And there was the fans are going, oh, they should bring back Hurt Business, because they kind of tease it a little bit. Remember when they had the little feud? It was like Bobby Lashley and Omos were feuding, and then MVP would have Shelton and Cedric come out and kind of beat him up and stuff. So it was they're kind of teasing it a little bit. But then MVP, I think it was on X or Instagram, he came out and said, no, we're not doing stop grouping we don't have to put Omos and Bobby Lashley and Cedric and Shelton.
That's the first thing people say. Oh,
Carmelo Hayes and go grab.
Let's get the new Nation of Domination out here.
It's
no.
He's he's basically if I'm gonna remake the Hurt Business, it's gonna be anyone can be in the Hurt Business. Right. It doesn't have to be a select race of people that are in the Hurt Business. Anyone can be in it. Look at Nation back then, where they Owen Hart was a part of the Nation at one point.
That's that was the dying days of
that's true. But still, that's you want to create a faction that's inclusive, essentially.
Our buddy Rickety joins the show. Damage control will implode at War Games, and the Kabuki Warriors will return. I hate the term Kabuki Warriors.
Yeah, that's that too.
I hate that so much. It's just let's call them the Orient Express. Why don't we?
Oh my god!
What are we doing here? But anyways,
it is weird when they do that.
It's just I don't know. It's
and
then you could see the turn, so to speak. Asuka going, aligning herself with the new version of Damage Control a mile away. and which doesn't make sense because they were just feuding 2 months ago.
Yeah, like, I thought I didn't think Asuka was going to turn. Really, I thought it was going to be like a, I thought they were positioning like kind of like maybe like a 3-on-3 or something like that. No, obviously no Dakota Kai, and they could have had maybe someone else be the fourth member, but like a super team of Asuka, Charlotte, Becky, and then maybe Bianca or something like that. Like that would be like the F4 versus F4, but obviously they went with the other route. It also reminds me of like Kai and Tai. Like, like
chubby, BB.
Yeah, like it's
yeah, I don't know. Maybe they could call themselves the Lorena Bobbitts. Who knows? Anyways,
oh my god.
I don't know whose PP they would chop off, but there's somebody. But
Michael Cole, probably.
Michael Cole. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's it.
Bailey would give the order.
Yeah, Bailey would give the order. Bailey was is gonna be Yamaguchi's son.
You see Michael Cole like tied up. No, like
oh God, stop. Oh, jeez, you got me. We don't have Anthony to run the show anymore, so
this is a moment. As he's like up against the wall.
This is a marble. That is a sword.
Oh my God, man.
No, you gotta be kidding me. He's commentating his own demise.
He has a headset on still.
They break out the sword, and then it's like, oh wait, here we just need a butter knife.
No bread, no water,
just meat. Oh man, we're off the rails right now. But
that's great.
I would like a regular Survivor Series match. It is Survivor Series.
I was hoping they would do that, like one War Games match, one Survivor Series match, but who knows? They're probably just going to kill us with 2 War Games matches, because that was rough. Like when I went last year, because it was in Boston, and that was rough watching 2 fucking War Games matches not back to back, but sandwich. That match was long. Go back and watch that first. Like the match. That match was long, dude. That shit was like almost like an hour and a half.
Yeah, they take a long time to do that because everybody's got to get their shit in, pal.
Yeah, they get I think it was what Finn and AJ.
They're a good solid hour.
Yeah, it was like there was an hour in between that, and then you had to set up another hour and change for the men's match. So it'd be a long one. Hold on to your hats, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I think probably it's going to be just a 4-match card. It looks like if they end up with more grands, you can have the 2 War Games, the Women's World Championship. I mean, what else are they going to do? You know, I mean, all the other champions are tied up pretty much. You know. Yeah,
true.
The only other one is a United States champion. And that's Logan Paul. I don't think he'll be there.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Logan Paul for a second.
Yeah, the United States champ.
So one thing I don't know if we didn't discuss this off here, but apparently he's retiring from boxing.
Yeah, and going
full-time WWE. Do you think like full-time WWE is like going to the shows, regularly and participating PLEs?
Don't know. Not sure if that's what is full time. If it's full time, is this full time TV? Is it full time, like in the sense where it's TV and live shows?
Right.
Is it full time where it's just like TV and pay per views? Who knows?
I think that's one thing that's holding him back from elevating himself further on the card is that he's on that part time schedule, because it's like okay, well, you're gonna go box or you're gonna go whatever for the next couple of months. So, we can only do so much with you. Now, of course, they do that with Roman now, but
what's funny is he did mention, and actually the Tyson Fury actually mentioned this too, was like he said he said wrestling's a lot harder.
Oh, yeah.
Prepare for. And Tyson Fury said the same thing. That's why he's never. Remember they were trying to get him to like, who's he? They're gonna have him fight like Drew McIntyre or something like that.
Mm.
But he said he got like Tyson Fury was like, I got in there, like tried it out. He's like, I can't do it. He's like, it's too brutal of a thing to like get into. Like boxing is easy. Like he said, you can just, you do cardio, you hit the pads,
You
or whatever.
punch. You have to take bumps.
Like, you're not taking bumps, like,
At least you shouldn't be taking bumps.
No,
if
exactly.
If you're taking bumps, then you need to be out of there.
He said it was too hard, and a lot of people say that. So it's just funny that like Logan Paul did the opposite. He was like, "No, I'm not bad. I ain't doing boxing. I'm going right into wrestling. This is what I do." And he said it. He is a WWE suit. He says it every like promo that he does. Like it or not, he's like the epitome of like a WWE superstar. Like great character, good on the mic, good looking dude, athletic as hell. Like,
I mean,
you love him, you hate him.
He's. I think this is his pathway to become basically the next Dwayne Johnson, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because I mean, he's already a big star. Like he's got like 27 million followers, but like this is gonna elevate him to like, okay, now I'm gonna be an action movie superstar.
Yeah.
This is the path he's taking.
Yeah. Do you think the offer was from WWE? Like, because he said I'm not sure if they offered him anything, but like him saying I'm going full-time WWE, do you think that was like a TKO thing? Like they went to him and said, "Hey, we don't want to lose you to any." Like
I know he recently signed a new contract, but my only thing though with that, as I'm thinking about this, is his contract would have to state how many matches he has, because like we see like somebody like Edge, when you're on that level, so somebody like Edge, right? He had like only so many matches he could do or something, which is weird to me. I don't know. It depends on what his contract states, but I mean, I think this could potentially elevate him to the next level.
Yeah.
If he were to stay, I'm not saying every week, but at least twice a month, do the PLE, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
You don't
have to see him every week. I mean, you can, see him in person. He can do like his, video vignettes and all that stuff. He was a YouTuber at one point.
Right.
So he does know how to, work that angle. You can still see him on TV by that way. It'll definitely help SmackDown too, because he is obviously, he has the United States Championship, so that is a SmackDown branded title. Them going to USA definitely helps. Definitely helps USA out having Logan Paul on your roster. So I mean,
right.
maybe that's why they're like, hey, we get a big deal. Maybe you want to hop on full time. And he did mention, I think last year when he before he re-signed, and they asked him like, oh, how come you don't do multi-year deals or have signed one? He was like, because I don't know what I want to do year to year. Like I might want to do a year of wrestling, and then I might want to box or something like that. But now that he's like, I'm done with boxing, he'll probably sign a multi-year deal with WWE. And you gotta shoe in that like other megastar that's equal. I mean, obviously he's way more popular than Roman Reigns, just to be realistic. Like it doesn't hurt to like have him on your like the WWE roster at all.
No,
when there isn't a Roman Reigns to show up on TV, you can have Logan Paul hop right in,
right,
and he can mix it up with anybody.
Yeah,
like so. I think it's a good move, man. Before, like we talked about this before, we were naysaying it, like, oh, it's gonna suck.
I was,
you're like, oh, I was playing more of a like, playing the heel role, saying, no, it's gonna be great, this is gonna be awesome. Not expecting him to actually be, to become like great.
right, yeah.
And he actually, we can continue on because he did talk about the Rey Mysterio thing. And he said he did talk about like how people like, sending him messages like, thank you for, saving him and all this stuff. And he's like, I don't think I'll take what that is. He's like, but in reality, he's like, I think I should have been in the spot before. Like, I don't think I think it was, it was great that I was able to help him. He was like, but I also almost hurt him at the same time. So he did acknowledge that he he did mess up. It wasn't so much him, saving Ray. It was him saving Ray because he almost hurt him. So he did acknowledge it, which I thought was actually pretty awesome of himself, and not like taking the full credit. Like he said, I'll take the credit of like, saving him from that fall. He's like, but if I look back, it was really like my fault for not being in the spot that he's supposed to be there. So him acknowledging that like publicly is
and that's that's kind of one issue with him is, and same thing with Roman to a certain extent. The ring rust is a real thing,
Yeah, definitely.
So, but more so with him than Roman. I mean, Roman's obviously been doing this for going on about 15 years now, something like that. So, with him, it's like, he's been doing this 3, but has only had 10 matches.
Yeah.
So in those 3 years. So, and I'm sure he trains his butt off. I mean, but it's a lot different than doing that in a live setting in front of fans. So, or on TV. But I mean, he does a hell of a job considering he's only had these 10 matches.
Yeah. So
it's definitely hard to critique him in that sense, but he can only get better if he, does more. But it's a catch-22 because you don't want him to do too much, then you're overbooking him a little bit, So you got to be careful with that, obviously. As we predicted, he was gonna win the title and then go on and showcase that title. But he's done a lot more than I even thought he was going to. That title has been glued to him.
Yeah.
Everywhere he goes, you see him with the title. He was at UFC 295 this weekend
with the title.
With the title, with the United States title. Genius move, of course, especially with your boss's TKO there.
Yeah, I know, right?
Showing some very risque pictures.
As he said, he was obviously he was laying in bed with it. There was a picture of him and his fiance, sleeping. She was holding him, and he was holding the title.
Jesus.
Him in the shower
with it. Yeah.
Wear the title. And I've seen a lot of people and I don't want to bring up the duality of some things, but people are like, comparing that picture of him in the shower with Mandy Rose.
Oh yeah.
Remember when she did the 2 titles? She had the UK women's title and then the NXT title.
Yeah,
she's
kind
of like the Shawn Michaels pose.
Right.
And people are like, oh, how come she did that and she got fired and Logan Paul doesn't? No.
That's not why she got fired.
That's not why she got fired. Just picture that picture, but without the titles. That's why she got fired. And picture a bunch of those pictures and videos on a site that you have to pay to go see those pictures and videos. That's why she got fired. Not because she took a picture of that with the titles on, because that's been mocked by literally everybody. That Shawn Michaels pose,
right?
With the belt over that. But
I do that with the RAWDOWN title.
I do have the winged eagle. Actually, I should do that. I should do the the actual winged eagle one. I should do that. Brad, that'd be pretty cool.
Oh yeah, that'd be great. Just don't show me.
We'll do a RAWDOWN. We'll do a RAWDOWN 2024 calendar shoot.
There you go.
Each month we'll have the men of the Turnbuckle Tavern.
The men of the Turnbuckle Tavern. We could almost do it. Too.
Yeah, man. We have enough to do a whole year, right? We could.
I think we got 10 or 11, something like that.
Yeah.
I'll do 2 months. It's fine.
What month would Hawk be? You think?
Oh yeah, that's true. We got to eliminate him. Hawk would be in 2023. 2022, 2021 calendar. Basically non-existent.
Oh man.
Nobody wants to see that long-haired freak half naked.
Sipping on some what does he drink?
Wine out of a can too. Yeah.
We're live.
Jesus. R.I.P. the long balls there. In fantasy world and podcast world.
Oh man.
Anyways, let's see. What else do we have to discuss here? Well, we're on the subject of talking United States champions. Of course, the former champion Rey Mysterio, seemingly to be going to be out for the injury, but as we were discussing last week, I wasn't a fan of the finish to the Logan Ray, but they actually paid it off with a well-told story.
Yep, they saved it.
At least they followed up with it, like, because my biggest complaint, and this is how I've been taught with WWE, they would do a finish like that where the babyface puts brass knuckles on the ring and then like never follow up and just make the babyface, whether he turns heel or babyface, make him look stupid.
Yep.
So I thought that's what was happening. That's what I'm conditioned to be like with the WWE. But they actually did something smart and they followed up with it. Carlito did a good job. Great way to use Carlito. I do feel like the whole LWO, including Carlito, are going to eventually turn on Ray.
You think so?
Yeah. It feels weird to me that you're going to have one guy leave the LWO, but he's still a part of the LWO. And Ray doesn't need to be a part of the LWO.
No.
He doesn't need that. I don't know. I feel like he's going to, at least the former members of, what was their faction called in NXT? Him and Santos Escobar, Joaquin Wilde, and
Legado, a Phantasma, something like that.
Phantasma. At least they'll separate and call themselves the LWO or something to that effect. But I don't know. Maybe not though. Now that I'm saying that, because you have the theme music. I don't know. Maybe I think they will break up though a little bit. I mean, maybe Carlito and Ray will remain on one side. I don't know where that leaves with Zelina Vega.
Yeah.
Kind of leaves her in limbo. I don't know. We'll have to see. This is definitely a progressing story. But with Ray being hurt, does that affect things? We don't know how bad his injury is. I know you have to have surgery, but
yeah,
I mean, you can't get around that too. So
yeah, I think obviously the thing is that obviously Carlito steps in as takes Ray's place while Ray's out.
Right.
So I guess he has to continue like the feud with Santos Escobar. Like they have matches or something like that. And
right.
I'm assuming if Ray wasn't hurt, it'd be Ray and Santos Escobar going back and forth, and the kind of like LW and turmoil, like who do we side with? Do we side with Santos? Do we side with Ray? That type of thing. But with Carlito, it's like Carlito just got there, so it's like, that's an easy decision. We just ditch Carlito and go with Santos.
How would you grade Carlito's return so far?
It's weird because to me, I think it feels like he just like came back.
Right.
It's not like it was like anything like crazy, like, oh my god, Carlito's back. It was just like it was almost like he's just back on the roster and it's just like normal. Not that it's bad, not a bad thing. It's just like it seems like he's just supposed to be back with WWE.
Yeah.
For me, anyway, it's weird. It's like I'm not mad at his return. I don't think it was like done wrong. I just think
it feels like he never left.
Yeah, no, that's what it is. Yeah, I mean that's exactly what it is. Like he was just there. Like him and Bobby Lashley having a match was almost just watching like early 2000s Raw. They were literally there at the same time. Right. It's weird. It's just weird. It's just like yes, I'm glad he's back, but at the same time, it's like I didn't know he left that time.
But I think that's a bad thing because
one
of the things he got fired for was his complacency, and it's just like Yeah, he's still back being old complacent Carlito.
Yeah.
Whether or not that's actually true or not. Again, I don't like we're grouping nationalities.
Yeah.
I think that's a serious problem with WWE right now, if I'm going to be real. But not, from a standpoint of, I guess, ethical reason, I guess. I don't know, that might be overstating it, but also, like, it's just boring.
Yeah.
Let's mix it up. Like, why do we have to have pockets of nationalities and races joining together? I mean, it kind of sends the wrong message, if I'm being honest with you. With
House of
how
Black.
divisive.
Yeah, House of Black. Where's the black people in House of Black?
Well,
even Mogul Embassy has.
Well, Keith Lee will be the next, member.
Oh, maybe. You never know. No, even Mogul Embassy has different people in it. It's not like all one race.
I'm very orgulous of you with that statement.
House of Black.
Jesus,
they need one at least. Come on.
Yeah.
Take somebody.
Yeah, geez.
Take take her. What do you call its husband? What's her name? Is it Julie Hart?
Julia Hart. Yeah, wait. Who's her husband again?
Is what the hell's his name? They just got married too. He was from the Nightmare Factory. Why can't I think of his name? It's escaping me. Black dude. He has cornrows. He's almost like a Carmelo Hayes type of dude. I can't think of his name. Damn it. Oh well, whatever. But yeah, grab him.
Will tell us. There we go. Nope, no run. Okay.
Yeah. Now that you're bringing it up a lot more, it is kind of like.
Shout out to Frames.
Oh, Frames is going on, dude. Yeah, no, it is kind of, now that I'm thinking of it, you're bringing all these, it is kind of cringy that they're doing that.
Absolutely, Frames. Come on down. Even if he doesn't show up, you can come on to the RAWDOWN. You got a seat.
Of course, yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, no, it is kind of, they need, WWE needs to stop doing those types of things like grouping.
Yeah. It's getting kind of weird now.
Yeah, why can't a dude be in Damage Control? Why does it have to be all ladies? Why can't a guy be in Damage? No, I'm joking. Be inclusive, Bailey.
Yeah, where's the white guy groups? Come on now. Gee whiz.
Take note from Alpha Academy. They're very, very diverse in there. They have everybody in there for you. I mean, almost anyway.
Yeah, I guess either. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Come on, Damage Control. Let a dude in. Can a guy get in? Damage Control.
Can a dude get in?
Yeah. Geez. Who would be a good member from the SmackDown roster as a dude to be on Damage Control? There had to be someone obnoxious, like a Grayson Waller, maybe, or no.
Yeah, I think it'd be funny if Omos was in there.
Just add Omos to the Damage Control. I can see that. Then what's funny? Bailey would probably make that work too. Like when they cut in promos and stuff like that. You're like, right, Omos. And like hit him, and he just stands there, like just looks at her.
Yeah, yeah. Oh man,
Austin Theory might be.
Look, here we go. Fraser guys got it. Cameron Grimes.
Cameron Grimes. There we go. I like that. To the moon. Actually, you know what? We don't, dude. We need to get more Cameron Grimes.
I know
matches, dude.
I totally forgot he was in WWE.
He's so good, dude.
He's
just starting like. You know what's funny? In NXT, he was just starting to like. When they did the rebrand. Yeah. And they're like, he's like kind of changing his character up a little bit and like get more serious. And then they put him on the main roster, dude. I'm like, come on.
Solo Sikoa in the Damage Control. That would be hilarious. very much like Omos, just like
standing there like
I'm tired of y'all's bullshit.
Yeah, we need more. Yeah, I think they think they put Cameron Grimes on the roster too fast. They should have stayed a little bit more and cooked a little bit more in NXT and then brought him up.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that run, especially against LA Knight, it was really fun.
To the moon.
To the moon. What else do we need to discuss here?
I feel like I'm forgetting something.
Yeah, I think so too. I feel like we are too. We talked about a little bit. I guess next week is gonna be our picks, which it might not be that'll be very hard to probably pick. We'll have to get really creative with some of these picks.
True,
but I wonder if they're gonna add anything else to the card. But this Intercontinental match, why are we doing this?
What, Miz and Gunther?
I really think this is gonna affect Gunther and really help him. To be honest with you,
yeah,
yeah. You have this weird babyface turn from Miz out of nowhere.
I think it's just to give him another opponent, pretty much.
Yeah, but I don't know.
I'm
I'm over these long title streaks. Like, let's do something here. Let's get something exciting rolling. I don't know.
Yeah, I have a little bit of heat with Gunther. Did you see him on the bump recently? And he was I forget what they were talking about. The Ultimate Warrior came up and he basically said something like, he's like, he wasn't a wrestler, he wasn't an athlete, he was a showman. And I'm like, all right,
damn, Gunther,
pump the brakes, all right.
Yeah.
Yes, he was a showman. Oh, we know this. We know he wasn't like, he was if you want to call bodybuilding, that's athletics, essentially, right?
Yeah.
You're a bodybuilder. So he technically was an athlete. A wrestler, I'll give him that. Wasn't the greatest in the ring. Definitely wasn't the greatest. But a showman, that's not an insult. Calling somebody a showman, like,
especially in professional wrestling. Come on.
Yeah, you should be a showman. Like, that's
right.
That's a part of your job as a professional wrestler. Yes,
if
you
I'm
can have all
real,
the
I don't think. I mean, yeah, he's brutal. He's snug, but he's not really that technical. All he does is just slap people with powerbomb.
Yeah.
So, what's the difference between a gorilla press, landing a shoulder block, and a couple punches?
Exactly. Yeah, you power bomb. What else do you do? You like you said, you slap, you clothesline,
and yeah,
pretty much
jump off the top ropes.
Yeah, pretty much what Ultimate Warrior did. I mean, gorilla press slam.
It's not like he's out there doing 5-star frog splashes and
he wasn't doing the headlock takedowns and shit.
Code Reds and Canadian Destroyers.
Yeah, man, he was having mercy no mercy matches with freaking Hulk Hogan and flex offs with Roush and Rick Rude. That's all we cared about. We didn't care.
Right.
When I'm watching an Ultimate Warrior match to be fucking wowed by his wrestling ability, but watching him run in, kick the shit out of somebody, splash him, and run away. That's
all right.
I mean, come on. That's all we care about. That's all I care about anyway. So don't go with that. We get it. You're on your high horse now. You're the longest reigning IC champion. But don't you ever
yawn.
Don't you ever besmirch the first time, the first time ever dual champion, the WWF at the time.
Whoa.
Was the only person to hold the championship, WWF championship, and the WWF championship. So I'd watch my mouth if I was you. History maker, that's what we call him.
Gunther.
Get a life, kid.
That was another thing that I forgot to bring up. Thank you for bringing up Brock Lesnar. Not rumored to be around until Royal Rumble or after Royal Rumble.
Man, I'm surprised he's still going. I mean, it's like what is there left to accomplish? I don't
just
know. I mean,
nuts when they hear that music,
I
man.
don't hate it that he's there. To be honest with you, I love it. But you know, it's like, what else is there to do there, Brocky?
Depends on who his music hits for. That's what's gonna get people, intrigued.
LA Knight,
Dude, that's
LA Knight? Question mark.
you come out here, huh? That's his new thing. Instead of what, it's huh.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yikes.
That'd be pretty crazy if that happened. LA Knight's on his, he's in the Rumble. He's like, on the verge of winning, and it's like 3, 2, 1. Bang! His music, fucking
Yeah.
Man, there's no pay-per-view in December, right? That's it.
Nope.
After Survivor Series.
No. So whoever wins this was going to be champion for a hot minute. So the stakes are quite high.
It's a big break between
Big break.
pay-per-views. So a
And
lot of development should happen. Well, towards the end
we'll
of the
see.
year, not so much.
Yeah.
Beginning of the new year, yes, but interesting.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens.
We'll have to do we need to plan like an award show or something.
Yeah,
Like
it's not going to be much
WWE
news.
Yeah, we'll have to do that. We'll plan that. Maybe towards the end of the year.
Yeah, once December hits, it's like they'll do like the year-end shows, like the last few weeks of the thing.
Isn't Christmas on a Tuesday this year, or is it next year? We may have to.
Is it
reassess that?
Christmas Eve on a Monday Night Raw on a Christmas Eve? Wow, that's like.
Oh, never mind. It's on Monday. We're good. Christmas is on
Christmas
Monday.
on a Monday. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway.
Huh. Interesting. Yeah. It'll be. We'll have to plan some type of some good old year-end review type stuff.
Maybe that'll be a good time to do that. So.
Yeah.
December 26th. Yeah.
Yeah. Huh?
Huh? Jesus. What else is there to talk about?
Actually, we kind of skipped something. LA Knight.
Oh yeah.
And it's promo saying he's not done with the bloodline and Roman Reigns.
Yeah. Yeah, he's done. he might not be done, but he's done.
Think so?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know who he really faces. Who wrote that? He being Roman Reigns. Who does he face at Royal Rumble?
Yeah.
Especially with him not being there. We're just gonna throw a match together last minute. And it's not like they were really building anybody else up on SmackDown.
No.
So I guess. I mean, yeah. I mean, what are you gonna do? KO again?
No.
That'd be the third time KO faces Roman
at the
Royal Rumble too. And he faced he faced him last year at the Royal Rumble. And in 2020, I think he faced him, or 2021. 2021. Yeah, so 2021. Who did he face 2022?
Royal Rumble?
Yeah.
It was Kevin Owens, wasn't it?
Oh, no. It was Seth. That's what.
Oh yeah, he faced Kevin Owens earlier this year.
So it was KO. It was KO 2021, Seth 2022, KO 2023.
Yeah.
So who else does he face? You know,
LA Knight again. That's what's probably going to happen.
Yeah, and I don't know. I mean, once enough is enough. Like, move on. But again, who else is there to, step up to the plate here?
Cody. That's the only one.
You could do that.
Who knows? Who knows what's wrong with that too? That's another weird situation.
And if LA Knight is not in the Royal Rumble, who wins the Rumble? Gunther, you would have to assume.
Yeah.
That puts Gunther as a big favorite, and that kind of devalues the Royal Rumble, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because he's not going to, if he does win, he's not going to choose, obviously, Roman. He's going to choose Seth Rollins.
I don't think
face,
Cody.
right?
I don't think Cody's going to win the Rumble again. I really don't see that.
No, I don't think so either. No.
Yeah, that just would rinse and repeat.
To be,
What are we doing there?
yeah, yeah.
If anything, I would keep Cody out of the Rumble.
Yeah, they could do that as well.
Yeah. I don't know who he would. Again, who does he face?
Randy Orton. If Randy Orton comes back and they do a feud
like
there, give him a match before, I don't know. Yeah, it's a weird situation.
They have a lot of work to do after the Survivor Series.
Yeah, a lot of
work.
Programming, new storylines have to emerge out of it.
Right. Which it's good that we're having this break. So,
yeah.
I don't know. I would like to see more like interaction with Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis a little bit. Like make it not necessarily competition, but like build some intrigue, like where people showing up randomly at SmackDown, like, oh my God, what is he doing here? Like that's what the brand split was supposed to be like. And they had that going for a little while, and then they just killed it all together by just having everybody go every week.
Yeah.
So
they were kind of teasing it a little bit, but
and you could do that with Cody. You could do Cody versus LA Knight at the Rumble too.
Yeah.
And you could just have Roman. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, there's a lot of options there. As far as what you could do, but not options for Roman. I don't really see another option besides LA Knight, though.
Yeah, that's LA Knight. Yeah, probably a rematch at Rumble.
Especially if he's not going to be working that much. Like, you going to build a match in 3 weeks? Like,
yeah,
they're just like limping through this finish. And if they're going to keep booking like this, people are going to. There's no way Roman breaks Hogan's record in September.
No,
because
I don't think so.
You can't keep doing this to the title. Barely like featuring it and having half-assed stories. At least when Brock was holding it, there was a lot of intrigue there.
Yeah.
With the man, like it meant something when he was coming back. So with Roman as of lately, it's just been like, okay, so you're gonna be the next challenger. Big whoop.
It's gonna beat you and move on to
move
the
on,
next.
Move on to the next.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's I'm almost at the point where I'd rather just have Cody face Seth Rollins another time and just have him end Seth Rollins' reign and take that title. That's what I'm like.
That would be not finishing the story.
No, I know, but it's
I know. I get.
At least there's a story there. I mean, there's a story with Roman, but at least there's like a legit story with Seth and Cody. Like Cody's had his number ever since he stepped foot back into the WWE. So
they have booked themselves in a corner ever since WrestleMania 38. And they've been trying to book themselves out of this paper bag ever since.
Yep.
And they just keep. Well, let's just keep giving them the title. Keep giving them the title.
Yeah.
And I mean, they've done a good job considering how badly they booked themselves in this corner.
Yeah. Like I said, I think I said on the Chick Foley show, if Cody Rhodes did not get injured at Hell in a Cell, before Hell in a Cell, and we got that full summer of Cody Rhodes, we got the him at Survivor Series, him at Royal Rumble. That whole build from like him returning all the way like at WrestleMania all the way to the next WrestleMania, he's winning that match. No doubt in my mind.
Yeah.
Like if he didn't take that the rest of the year off, because he's gone from Hell in a Cell all the way till Royal Rumble. So that was the rest of the year. He missed Money in the Bank. He missed SummerSlam. He missed Survivor Series. He missed major pay-per-views when he was gone.
Right.
So I think like him coming back at Royal Rumble and then him building him back up again, there's no way they could have him come back and beat Roman.
Right.
It was now going back and thinking about it. But if he had that return at WrestleMania, went through the whole year, had a match at Money in the Bank, SummerSlam, Survivor Series, Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber, then he's winning that title at WrestleMania. No doubt in my mind. He would have been already rocket strapped to his back, full return. Beginning he enters, WrestleMania without a title. When he returns, he exits WrestleMania, the next WrestleMania with the title. That's what I think was going to happen. Just looking back at it, but obviously he gets injured. They have to rebuild him again, and there was no way they could build him strong enough to beat Roman. Yep. But I'm telling you, if he stayed healthy and he was there that whole year, no doubt in my mind, you would have seen a different outcome, and they would have ended that shit. But now, like you said, they're booking themselves in a corner, and it's starting to drag.
Yeah.
Dragging their feet right now. It's just Roman's coming back. All right, who do we have? Oh, all right, this guy. All right, put him in.
Put him in.
Yeah.
And Chad made a great point. It's not like Roman's really making any of these guys.
No.
I think he said that on the debate this past week. But when he said that, it was like, yeah, you got a point.
Yeah. Normally you come out of the match and it's that person's
elevated.
Elevated a little bit.
The only ones you could probably say would be Cody. But I mean, Cody was also white hot.
Yeah, already.
Probably the one guy. I mean, I don't think they've done a great job with it, but Jey Uso.
Yeah. Sammy, could you say or no?
No, because he's gone back to where he was at before.
True.
Just same old Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
So anyway. Well, I think it's that time. Yep, that's that time.
Hey, yo.
Marco, what's going on with Open Mic and Chick FOLEY?
New episode, The Goal Line, out this week. Definitely listen to that. Get your football fixins.
Yeah, buddy.
With the pod warriors, as we call them.
Right.
What else do we have? I believe next week we're going to be recording a recap for Full Gear, AEW Full Gear. Obviously, this is a WWE show, but we're plugging right now, so everyone shut up. Anyway, new episode of Open Mic out right now. Heel Liz. Fun episode. Really enjoyed her. Definitely going to have her back on again because definitely going to talk about that collection she had in the background. If you guys watch I'm going to probably drop the video maybe at the end of the week on YouTube, so you can definitely see that. But yeah, definitely need to get her back on and talk about that collection because I did not even touch the surface on that. There was a lot of how she got into it, how she the local shows that she does and all that stuff, and over there in SoCal. So definitely check that out. Definitely an awesome episode. I believe next up, if we release it, is I think Acefield is next. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. Acefield Retro would be my next guess. That should be coming up soon. So definitely check that out. That was a great conversation as well. Other than that, man, obviously the Pod Foundation. Turnbuckle Tavern, Extra Cooler, J-Bone coming down the aisle, Chick FOLEY show. Check us out.
Check us out. Follow us at the Pod Foundation as well.
That is right. That's right. I think my season finale probably for Open Mic. I don't think I have any other guests after that in November because obviously it gets a little dicey. Holidays are coming up. People are traveling. People are booked and busy. The Macho Verse. Finally got in touch with them. We have a date. We are going to sit down, and I am going to enter the Macho Verse of Madness. And I can't wait. I am I'm very pumped. Can't wait to.
He's a great guy.
Macho Verse, man.
He's he's the guy that makes wrestling fun. So I'm excited to see.
Macho Man being one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. Get to sit down and actually talk to Macho Man. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be a good interview. I think this is
The
gonna
Macho
be,
Man.
Yeah, the Macho Man. This is the only.
Macho
I mean,
Man.
if you watch his, Instagram, there are multiple. If you see Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse or Into the Spider-Verse, there are multiple Spider-Mans, and there are multiple Macho Mans across this universe.
I'm a part of the Machoverse.
I do like Macho Juice. That was my favorite one, man.
That was great. His Slim Jim commercial was also great. He did a video of like Macho, Dusty, and Hogan in the 80s, but Hogan was Hollywood Hogan, and he was trying to tell him like what was going to happen in the future.
Yeah,
like they were about to join the NWO. He's like, "No way, dude, we're not doing that."
There was when he was Macho Juice. There's a video that he has on his page where he's going to meet Ric Flair. And he's like standing in line, and you can see like Ric Flair just like automatically like eyes lit up, just like freaking smiling ear to ear, looking at the Macho Juice. Just like he just loved it, dude. You can tell, like he was just like, "Holy shit, this is amazing."
Yeah, I think he was very confused.
Yeah, he's like, "Wait, what? Is he supposed to be like dead Macho Man, or is that Beetlejuice?
What's happening?" I don't even think he knew who Beetlejuice was. It was just like, he's
man,
supposed to be ready, but
yeah, his videos of the Black Machismo as well. Jay Lethal, Black Machismo. That's a great video, dude.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, dude, I can't wait. I'm excited. This will be a good old time with the Machoverse. So,
yeah,
let's be on the lookout for that.
Well, you can find me coming down the aisle, pod.com. Miles and I are going to be recording top Survivor Series matches. That'll be dropping next Friday, not this Friday, but next. But we'll be recording that this weekend, and of course, I'll be doing a full gear review. I didn't drop an episode this past Monday because I had to leave for. I'm in Baton Rouge this weekend, so I just didn't have enough time to kind of pull everything together. So, and you know what? I think I'm kind of going to follow the Chick Foley kind of method. Like whenever it's like, hey, got a lot of good information to drop, and I'm going to do a pod. You just kind of go with the flow, kind of thing. So, just trying a lot of new things out and seeing, but definitely the list. Look out for that. Again, not next Friday, but you can go back and listen to this past weekend's edition of the list. We talk about top 10 X-Pac matches or Sean Waltman matches. Very fun show, and I think everybody should take a look, listen to that. Sean Waltman's a very underrated guy in wrestling, and I think he needs his flowers. I don't think he gets enough flowers in wrestling, so. Was happy to do that. And of course, like you said, mentioned on the Pod Foundation, Extra Cooler Show, they're doing 1993 Survivor Series. I think they're dropping part 2 tomorrow. But go back and listen to part 1. And of course, the Chick Foley and everything Turnbuckle Tavern related. So we'll go ahead and get into that. Let's talk about that. TheTurnbuckleTavern.com is where you can find everything Turnbuckle Tavern related. Make sure you sign up or subscribe to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, and follow the Turnbuckle Tavern on Instagram, Facebook, X. You can join our Discord and amongst other things. And also head over to Pro Wrestling Tees. There's a big deal coming on with Pro Wrestling Tees right now, I believe, or coming up. So stay tuned for that. Get your RAWDOWN shirts. This is a good time. 50% off. You got Christmas coming up. Ask your loved ones, hey, I want a BoneyCon shirt. I want an MVP Marco shirt. Or I just want a RAWDOWN shirt. Get one. And it helps support the show. Also, there's Teesprings too. You don't like that RAWDOWN? Get the classic RAWDOWN logo. Or, hey, I want to be a RAWDOWN champion. Get your I'm a RAWDOWN champion t-shirt. Or Mr. Backlash, baby. You can be Mr. Backlash with your own Mr. Backlash shirt. Folks, oops, that is the wrong overlay I hit. Here we go. That's the right overlay. Folks, it is been a great time in the sports entertainment field. But we bid you adieu for this week. little Kenny Powers, Kenny Omega reference there. But until then,
Life sucks, and then you die.